I've given you the gist of what I understand about the afterlife and rebirth in the previous two sections, parts of this. All of what I've shared there is what is called inferential valid cognition, kind of pulling things together conceptually through study, reasoning, and understanding. I don't have any or very little direct valid cognition through my own experience or realization of these things. So this third part is just a little cleanup after the party kind of thing. I'm just kind of trying to pull the loose ends together. The Buddhist view of our afterlife, so it's said, walks the fine middle line between no connection at all between births, nihilism, you only go around once and you're done. On the one hand, having no rebirths, and the Atman, or permanent soul, which is called eternalism, on the other. The Buddhists somewhere in between. Now, how are we who are not philosophers or even skilled dialecticians, how are we to know which of the three theories is the reality? Or is it that whatever we believe to be true is true? Which I doubt. Whatever the case, most of us cannot remember our past lives, at least I can't. What we have is what we have right here and now, in this moment and in this life. We can't see very far into the past, and we can't see very far into the future. And if what we see here in the present moment, if it doesn't satisfy our curiosity on this question, then we literally remain unsatisfied and still curious. So it's no wonder that we wonder. I can see where it's perhaps a benefit that we can't remember the particulars of our last rebirth, our last life, because it gives us a kind of a fresh start, at least to some degree, subject, of course, to the directives of our own karmic tendencies, that which we bring with us from past lives via the storehouse consciousness, what's called the alaya vijnana. Without that karmic hangover, we would not be able to progress at all, and then Dharma would be wasted on us. We couldn't learn, because there would be nothing to correct. So this points out that we are creatures of karma all the way until we're enlightened. And that's pretty much true by definition. There's really no argument there. But I see no reason why we should not at least learn something about the process, this process that we're going through, and the process that we go through after death in terms of transmigration from death to eventual rebirth. Now, through karma, whatever we do now, right now, in this life, or that we've done in past life, is to some degree the, quote, cause, unquote, of the effect that will be our next life. What we are now is the effect or karma caused by any previous existences that we've had. We are told that we have no reason to further reify whoever we think we are, to make more real than is real, or whoever we think we are, or who we have been or might eventually be, i.e., as if, that we will ever have permanent existence, because that's not the Buddhist concept. Nevertheless, most of us can't help but feel that we exist, at least enough, just as it is, because regardless, we seem to be right here and now nevertheless, whatever this is we have. So all of this makes me examine just what we call existence is a little more carefully, which of course any study of Dharma is going to demand anyway, that we have this more awareness. If semblance and just seeming is all that we have ever been from eternity up to now, then that amounts to reality as we know it for us. I mean, that's as real as it gets, or has gotten and ever will get. It's all that we can know as real is what we know now. If what we have has always been impermanent, then it's never been any different. We wouldn't and couldn't tell the difference anyway. In other words, let's not be imprisoned by a view. Science does this to us all the time as scientists struggle to get it right. Declaring this or that as a fact for a time, and then they change their mind as they change their perspective. As far as I can tell, it's the same with all the different views of life and death and afterlife. I keep coming back to the fact that after all is said and done, here I am. I'm still right here, now. This moment is as real as things get, even if it's still some kind of illusion. And the same goes for our future lives, however they will work out. To me, it all seems real enough. Now, I don't know exactly where I'm going, or what parts of me go, and what parts of me are lost and left behind at death, but I am somewhat comforted by the fact that I am here now, and more important, I can and do change, and I can do something about my condition. The universe somehow conspired to produce me, just as I am now. As the old Billie Holiday song sang, quote, "They can't take that away from me," end quote. So now is always a good place to start. It's not like any other place could work any better. And while I can't remember where I came from or who I was in past lives, and I certainly can't see into the future, that is, unless you count the fact that the truth that is the future, because the truth alone will last until then, last until the future. Everything else but the truth will soon be forgotten. So for me, Dharma is the truth, or it tells the truth. So the Dharma is my future as well as the pathway to get there, the pathway to it.